All I know is Hopper comes out, played by Kevin Spacey, and then I get something shot out my butt. That's all I'm saying.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 21 of the Movie ReBrew podcast. I'm your host, Keegan Holland, and with me is my co-host, Mike Jennison.
Hello.
This week, we have a special guest, Jacob Rossi.
What up?
Jacob has read Ready Player One and was very excited for this movie, so that's why we brought him on.
Also, yeah, can I pick apart your pronunciation of your own podcast title? Alright, great. So, when you say movie ReBrew, it needs to be like movie review, but just with a B, like movie ReBrew. He's
like you just said review?
Yeah, and you go movie ReBrew. You put all the emphasis on the re. It's tough living every time I listen to it.
Now you brought it up, I like that way better too.
You want to do the intro now, asshole?
Movie ReBrew?
Whatever. It doesn't sound good in my head.
Review,
or maybe it does.
I mean, now that we've done 21 episodes of ReBrew, it should be re-brew.
Whatever. Fuck you guys. This week, we are doing Ready Player One, like I mentioned, and I found the perfect beer for it. Tallgrass 8-Bit Ale.
Wow.
Yep, 8-Bit, based on the video games of the 80s. That was the graphic quality of like the Nintendo Entertainment System. And this movie is very much based in 80s nostalgia and video games, so yeah.
And an 8-Bit gameplay is a big factor at the end. Maybe even 4-Bit.
Yeah, Atari wasn't 8-Bit quite yet, but
4-Bit?
Wow.
Something like that. But yeah.
Fun fact, me and Keegan, 8th grade, we did a 10-minute presentation on the history of video games.
Yes.
It was horrendous.
We got an A, I think.
We got an A. We did really good. The presenting was terrible, though.
Yeah, the best was practicing for it. Mike gets up there. We had to list like notable games for each console, and he goes like, on the Xbox One was Gears of War. It just goes nuts because it came out in the 360, not the original Xbox.
Also, isn't that the time you like started shaking, started giving out?
Oh no, that was for the book report.
It's different speech.
Bad. Yeah, I couldn't give speeches too well back in the day. But yeah, let's crack these open. This is from Kansas City, I believe. You could easily find that out.
Probably out of the can.
Oh, was I supposed to pour?
You can. Doesn't matter.
I guess I will. I've had it out of the can, and now I'll have it out of the glass.
It is a hop-rocketed pale ale.
Manhattan, Kansas.
Bursting with complex flavors, 8-Bit is channeled through the hop rocket, a stainless steel vessel packed full of hops, which infuses the beer with an extra burst of tasty hop flavors and aromas right before it put into cans.
So
nice Pac-Man.
Where's the time with 8-Bit? That was the worst pour of all time.
Oh no!
The only time I poured on myself, it is overflowing out of the table.
That's really bad.
Mike's beer is probably 78% foam. No, realistically, 30 to 40% foam.
Bad pour. Is this the best can yet?
It's a great can.
Good can.
Why 8-Bit? Just like, hey, we'll do 8-Bit.
Yeah, nothing in that description made it seem like it should be.
Because it said, I thought it was like very basic, but, like old school throwback beer.
I don't know.
Tastes like a PBR.
Yeah, but the...
Is it really?
No, I haven't had it yet. I'm all foam over here.
I'm kind of all foam too, not great pour.
The Pac-Man smacking his lips on the can is beautiful, actually.
Yeah, and the can itself is 8-Bit. Yeah.
I think this can't be
best
bad.
Can ever.
I think this can't be bad.
Wow. Much like the movie it's we were drinking it for. Too big to fail. No.
A lot of hype for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I mean, he was giddy as a school.
I know. He made me excited. I was on a scale of 1 to 10 excitement going to this movie, like a 3. That beer's delicious.
Yeah, I like it too.
This aftertaste.
Yeah, and I don't really like pale ales at all.
Damn.
Actually, I like IPAs, but not like amber ales, whatever this is. I don't know.
Is this an amber ale? This makes total sense then.
Hop-rocketed pale ale. It just says pale ale. No clue.
It's not an IPA.
Well, it's not an amber ale. We're looking at the color.
It's also 11:45 on a Thursday. Jacob has work tomorrow. I'm on an empty stomach. This could be bad. What percent is this?
Yeah,
8.
Got work.
8%?
No,
5.2.
8 right out of your ass.
8-Bit. Somebody's got to be 8-Bit here.
It has to relate somehow. It's not.
This is our latest podcast ever.
Yeah. Cheers.
Best audio of the whole podcast when everyone's drinking their beer.
And then we smack our lips the next 2 minutes.
Just micro criticisms of our podcast as you're on it.
Yeah. No, that's going to be happening. And also, I love live texting you guys when I'm listening to it at work on Mondays. I constantly am texting them about the podcast. Like, okay, this is bullshit. Mike, you contradicted yourself this week to this week. Like, this was
I am the
awesome.
human contradiction.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah, fact.
This is so good.
Yeah, it's dangerously good.
Yeah.
Wow, it's just delicious.
Yeah, it's incredible, and I'm already like halfway through one.
I could slug this. Like, it's refreshing.
And it's like light. You could have
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
have a
these.
ton of these. I could do a 6-pack by myself for show.
Yeah.
Wow. But more on that later. Let's get to the news.
It's like the smoothest beer I ever had. It's as smooth as water.
And it is. It's like a brisk. It's lighter than air. Lighter than water. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But yeah,
Wow.
very good.
There is no aftertaste.
There's no
There's
aftertaste.
nothing here.
There's a little bit of pale ale off the tip, and then just
And then it's
water
nothing.
afterwards.
Oh my gosh. I might have to take a hiatus, get 6 more of the bad boys. We might just be sending
Yeah, this is very dangerous. Alright, but for real, let's get to the news.
Good evening. I'm Will McAvoy.
And I'm Evan Baxter, and here's what's making news.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
Mark Hamill has concerns about Star Wars oversaturation. He's now joined the league of everyone else on the planet, saying we're getting too much Star Wars.
Absolutely.
He thinks they should have pushed Han Solo to December. It's only been 5 months since Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely. Now they do these mini-series and stuff.
Yeah.
Favreau and
He
stuff.
complimented them, saying that they can do stuff that the trilogies can't, but just push them back. We don't need 2 a year.
No.
Yeah, but everyone's going to see these movies.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing is, like, when you weigh the options, like, the MLB baseball season's too long, and everyone will tell you it's too long, but they will never cut it down because it makes so much money. So will they ever really stop churning out Star Wars movies when they know they're all going to gross a crazy amount of dough?
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney's not care about the
They don't give a
the legacy of Star Wars.
crap
Yeah.
about the...
It is a
Well, I mean, you hope
sponge they're
they do.
Yeah.
squeezing.
Yeah, exactly. Cash cow, and they're milking it for all it's got.
Yeah, he even said it's going to become Marvel, where I think we're getting 4 MCU movies this year, or 3.
Dang.
Yeah.
We had 4 last year.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get to that point, and they just keep one a year.
4 last year. Yeah.
But
Which ones are this year? Obviously Black Panther and Infinity War did
Infinity War,
Ragnarok.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man 2's coming out?
Ant-Man 2's coming out.
Is Captain Marvel coming out this year?
No.
It's next
So
year.
that's 3. Yeah. So I don't want Star Wars to get to
Oh
that
wait,
point.
and Black Panther.
Which we said it, the first one, that's what we said.
Good
Way to
for
pay
us.
attention. But yeah, Mark Hamill's joining the rest of the populace there.
Good. Good for Mark. At least he has a little bit of weight in there. Not really, but
He's got none.
he's got
At this
some.
point now.
He's got more than this
no-
podcast.
Yeah.
That's safe to say.
And
Did you just watch the original Dr. Dolittle, Eddie Murphy?
I have seen it.
Yeah. Where you can talk to animals?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it. Good?
I mean, I was 8.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
I
saying.
have the mind of a child, so...
I remember
You're still 8.
I remember
Yeah.
laughing. I like Danny Daycare more.
It's good. No, Dr. Doolittle over Daddy Daycare, for
I love
sure.
Daddy Daycare.
Danny Daycare are funny.
Oh, no.
First time I noticed
Doolittle.
a continuity error, Daddy Daycare. Steve Zahn Steve Zahn grabs a blue lightsaber, and the next cut, it's a green lightsaber, or something like that. I was like, wow. I
Wow.
was like 5. I was like, hey, there's something wrong there.
You're like tapping your mom on the shoulder in the theater. Mom, that's bullshit. Like, this is bullshit.
Filmmaking's a lie. But Robert Downey Jr. is coming back and making a reboot of it.
Of
And
Dr. Dolittle?
Yeah, it's called The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle, and the cast, pretty damn good. RDJ is Dr. Dolittle. Selena Gomez is a giraffe. Emma Thompson's a parrot. Remy Malek is a gorilla. Craig Robinson's a mouse. Carmen Ejogo, don't know that one, is a lioness. Octavia Spencer's a duck. Ray Fiennes is a tiger. Kumail Nanjiani an ostrich. John Cena a polar bear. Francis Delator is ginkgo who soars. It has to be like a Native American animal or something. I don't know. Marion Cotillard's a fox. Tom Holland's a dog.
Jeez.
And yeah, so pretty.
How many animals is this guy talking to?
Who's making this movie?
I
And
don't know.
What do they have over these people that's making them do this movie?
I think RDJ is like producing it, so maybe he's why they're getting so much talent. I'm not excited for this like at all.
No,
But the
I'm not
cast
either.
is damn good. It's an animated one too.
Oh, it's all
Oh,
animated?
okay, that's
Pretty
what
sure, yeah.
I was gonna
Okay.
say. Someone tell me the lure of getting big names to be voice actors. Because wouldn't it be just so
Easiest
much
paycheck
cheaper?
ever.
Wouldn't it be so much cheaper to just pay no names? Like I saw The Jungle Book, and there's one human in the movie, and I was like, oh, Blue's Bill Murray. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect the movie for me one way or another.
Actually, a lot of the times, it's distracting. Like, watching Isle of Dogs, I'm like, I know that voice.
I know.
Who the hell is that? And it takes me like 15 minutes to, to give up on it, or to actually
That's
get
what happened to all Isle of Dogs. I'm really trying to figure out who Francis McDormand is.
So couldn't you just cut your budget, like, majorly, getting some no-names, be like, here's a voice actor, or acting job?
Yeah. I heard the cast for Sherlock Gnomes or something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous cast. Like, why?
There's no reason!
It's so stupid. I mean,
I'll definitely see that movie, though.
I wonder how much you can actually cut their budget by not getting big stars.
You just get a bunch of Carmine Jogos and Francis de la Torres instead of...
Because, like...
A lot of people have good voices.
Well, yeah, like, who's the voice of Belle in Beauty and the Beast? Who's the voice of Ariel in Little Mermaid? We don't fucking know.
Yeah,
some
What if
Broadway
Reynolds
star.
out of my ass?
That'd be awesome.
I'm sick
But
with that movie. I have no clue.
I guarantee they're Broadway stars who do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
But we don't care.
Exactly.
I mean, Lion King has big names.
Like, he does have big names.
But, like, are people going to see these movies because you're like, oh my gosh,
I might.
like, Beyonce is Nala?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, what's
That's
kind
kind
Alright, bad example.
I might see. I might end up seeing this movie for this podcast, but I'm more excited because the cast.
Why?
Like,
That
I was
doesn't make
not
any
going
sense
in
to
at all.
me.
That's true. If there was none of those stars in there,
What are you
Yeah.
talking about this?
no, it wouldn't even have been.
Alright. Well, I lose that point.
But
It makes sense though.
yeah, I wonder if it's how much it increases the budget though.
Probably a lot.
I feel like quadruples. I don't know if it's
I'm
worth
sure
it.
these people love this shit too.
Well, no, most of the budget's got to be going into the
Oh,
animation.
animation. Yeah, that's true. I mean, RDJ's a hot ticket now though. But for them, it's like Emily Blunt is in Sherlock Gnomes. It's like, hey, come record for 2 hours, and that's probably the entire movie. She's like, oh yeah, I'll take that money.
Collect a paycheck forever. Like Jack Black doing Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah.
He made so much money, and he is good in that.
He's
Don't get
very
me wrong.
good.
His voice hits all the notes. But still.
You know, Elton John does the music for the Sherlock Gnome movie.
No, for the first one he did.
I know for this one too.
Really?
Pretty sure. Yeah, I saw a trailer for
Okay.
it.
He
He might
did
be in it.
gnomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they used Crocodile Rock in it.
Yeah.
With Nelly Furtado.
I mean, what? Why have I not seen that movie?
Yeah, but he's also created like original music for him too, I guess.
Yeah.
Elton John's my favorite.
Elton John's the go. Yeah, that's a good
I
favorite.
think there's a character in the new one that looks like him, but I guess it's probably just him being the voice actor then.
Probably.
He's coming to Columbus in November. Farewell tour. So, Mike, wherever you'll be, you can come back to Columbus for one concert and we can go.
I know. I really want to go to that tour. Have you seen him?
Yeah, one time. I saw him in Toledo last year.
Damn.
Solo. Wild move. Driving
Really?
to Toledo.
Yeah.
Toledo by yourself.
I solo roll to a lot.
He
I
must
actually
have
had,
sold to the sex trade in Toledo.
I had someone drive with me, but then she sat with her family, and I was just sitting amongst 65-year-olds because that's the demographic that loves Elton John.
Was it like an arena or was it like outside?
It was like the Q equivalent in Toledo. Yeah, it was big. There was
Really?
there was a flat part where the court would be, and then all the sides were filled up, and then he had one of the bass lines if you're picturing a basketball arena.
Is it usually used to hold trash?
I think not gonna go there. Not gonna go there.
It was a joke to Toledo just being a trash. No, I'm sorry,
No,
Toledo.
I don't think so.
Alright, moving on. A couple Rotten Tomatoes updates that surprised me. A Quiet Place is at 100%.
Through how many reviews?
40.
Damn.
I know. I'm
Wow,
super
holy
pumped for
fuck.
this comes out next
I was
week.
already excited for that, but damn. That's
So I would
awesome.
like to double review Isle of Dogs and this. Because this, like you said earlier today, we're never excited for horror movies, but the two of us are jacked up about it. I mean, you've seen the trailer, you think it looks pretty good?
It does. I will never see a horror movie unless I'm forced to, or it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it does look good. That being said, I will never see it.
And then Blockers has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know what Blockers
I am
is.
excited. I think this movie looks so funny.
I don't think I've ever seen a worse trailer in my life than for this movie. This looks like the most least funny movie ever made. I cannot believe it's so well. You've never seen an advertisement for this?
It's about the kids
everywhere.
losing their
John Cena-
virginity. And the
John
parents are
Cena
trying to
Oh my god, it looks horrendous.
I know.
Oh,
88%.
Listen, you gotta know, the lure of the movie is just the situation, how funny it is, and how everyone's gone through it. The jokes are gonna be bad. I'm expecting a couple of funny lines from John Cena, and just crazy, hilarious tension between the high schoolers and the parents.
God,
That sounds bad.
got you hook, line, and sinker. It seems.
That sounds
I
right.
think it looks terrible, but I guess it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, especially when he goes, "I'm I'm okay. Like, the finger pointing to that. Okay. He's like, I'm okay.
All right, but he's popping up on a bunch of stuff. John Cena.
He's too big. He's too massive.
The Rock too big.
Like too, like physically in stature.
If he has The Rock's career, I mean, that all plays.
Yeah. Also, he's more. I don't know. He seems like he could do more than just the big roles, though, because he played like action movies to start and things. I guess The Rock's similar, but also, do you remember Trainwreck?
Yeah.
When he did the naked scene, like him and
he was funny in that.
Yeah, I guess his fiance was so pissed at him because he didn't run the nude scene by her. So now every time he does like anything a little risque in a movie, he's got to run it by her first, and he's like, yeah, like. That was the closest we ever came to breaking up, was me doing that scene and not telling her.
Oh my god.
It's just ass though, right? There's no
Yeah, but he turns and there's like a shirt or something on
just a sock over his dick, right?
Penis,
Just like that. Yeah.
She is.
It's great.
A little risky, John Cena. Do you think The Rock will win an Academy Award?
No. It's got to be a tailor-made role for him, like the wrestler for Mickey Rooney.
Someone had the idea that he plays like his dad in like the 70s, like the up and coming of WWE. Having a gritty story about dad, like that's perfect for him.
Yeah.
If he just played his dad. I guess he's like
only
producing
chance.
something too, though.
Yeah, as an actor, I don't think so unless
guess
it is what can he really do? He just plays a muscle man. That's all he ever does.
Damn charming, though.
I guess he's really good in Hercules.
Oh, I've seen that.
That movie got was he really good in it? Like people say he was actually like a good actor in that movie.
Yeah,
I think he's always a good actor. He's never bad.
Yeah,
He's one of the best part of the movies he's in.
Yeah.
But he's never even like been given like something like Oscar worthy. I guess like animated shit he's always good in. Always.
He's really good in Moana.
Yeah, he is sweet in Moana.
If they ever open it up
another voice actor that's just getting paid a lot of money to talk.
If they ever open it up to like voice actors or like animated shit, I don't know, maybe he could win there. I don't know. He's in good stuff, but not Oscar stuff quite yet.
No, he won't win.
I don't know. Will he ever get nominated? I bet you he gets nominated.
I'll take that.
Like a gratuitous nomination because he's so big in Hollywood and hasn't.
I think he'll get something. He'll get some role will come to him.
I agree.
I don't think he'll ever win them.
James Ivory, the writer of Call Me By Your Name, criticized the movie for the lack of full frontal nudity and explicit sex that he had put in the screenplay. I thought that was enough. I didn't want to see much more.
They didn't show anything, but it's not like they hide away from it.
They edited out Armie Hammer's nutsack.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted more nutsack.
Listen, I think you're gonna turn off a lot of people watching the movie. Like, as soon as nudity's involved, kids can't see it after a certain age. Like, parents are shying away from it because, I don't know, wholesome values and things. Like, it makes sense to me. Why would you...
Was it R?
Especially if
it was
unnecessary. Why would you do that?
Yeah, no, I was good with where it went. Anything more, I think I would have been turned off by
I thought they handled it nicely.
Yeah.
Because I think if it would have showed the graphic nudity, it would have made it a little raunchy.
Yeah.
This way it was like this just like beautiful like fairy tale almost. It almost floated. Wow. If you would have showed like, Armie Hammer physically doing oral sex on Timothy Chalamet,
I don't know if they would have really been engaging in that.
I guess you would have saw some dick.
How old Chalamet? Was he gonna be?
He was 20 when
he's 20.
Oh, you're
Armie
good.
was 33.
Yeah. That's 16. And
I'm sure they saw each other naked at some point during that filming.
Okay, moving on. The New Mutants movie that we're both excited for and have talked about in the past is reshooting almost 50% of the movie because it wasn't scary enough, and they're adding more mutants. This spells bad things for this one.
I don't think the worst. I'm cool with
Optimist?
this.
Really?
I'm optimist.
No, I'm kind of abandoning ship here.
I'm cool. I'm still on board.
This is the X-Men horror movie, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it could be 5.
50%. That's a bad number. That's a bad number.
Very high. And we just got a good Fox Marvel movie. We're due for some shit.
Yeah, but it's a risk. Like I said, I like Fox that they take risks. It's officially past midnight.
Update. Mike's half done with his first beer. He can't pronounce the word take.
Yikes.
Yeah, man, that's good.
Yeah, this beer is skyrocketing up my top beer chart.
And then
I don't have a top beer chart.
This guy's Ross is going to release his top beer chart after this podcast. What's the release date on that? Was this supposed to come out like last week?
It's supposed to come out, I think, November of this year. Bump to February of next year. Maybe bump to early 2020 or late 2019. But, I mean, bad. Just bad news.
Holy shit.
This movie might not come out.
No, it's not.
like, bad news. I'm off. I'm off the sauce.
Maybe they're trying to push it off so far until like Disney has to start paying for it.
Wow, not a bad take there. Speaking of Disney and Marvel, new Avengers posters came out, and they're not really notable except for the fact that there's 5 of them. Thor, Cap, Tony, Scarlet, or Black Widow. Those all make sense. Scarlet Witch is the biggest person on one of the posters.
Is the size of Montana on this one poster.
I thought she was going to die in this movie. And now she's going to be like the main person from the Avengers after this one.
I guess someone else watched One River and Inglorious West. Ingrid Goes West last year. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen's awesome. She's totally underused in all these movies.
I know. I like her as an actress, and I even like her in the role. But God, to be the biggest one, you'd think like maybe even like Black Panther at this point.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he should have been it.
Or Chris Pine, Mr. Galactic. What's his name?
What?
What's Chris Pine's name?
Chris Pine is not in the movie.
Chris Pratt.
Oh, Star-Lord?
I was Mr. Galactic! It really wasn't that far
I
off.
thought you were going Chris Evans for a while. And
that one makes more sense too. Like all the Guardians are pretty small on these posters. I don't know why.
I feel like they're gonna be small.
Maybe.
I saw like a TV ad. Groot's Teenage Groot.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
They kind of hit that for a while.
They did. A little quick snip. I saw him in the background. It's
cool.
I love in the trailer when Thor looks at the Guardians, he goes, "Who the hell are you?" That's so funny.
I love them together, but the only thing that worries me is you don't have Taika Waititi or James Gunn directing that.
Right.
Fair.
It looks like they're going to be split up too. Like it looks like Star-Lord is with Tony, and then Gamora, Rocket, and Groot are with Thor.
It's gonna be a hot mess.
Then what about Drax? And there was also Mantis.
Drax
Mantis was in there.
Yeah.
There's too many people.
Well, they picked up Mantis in the last movie.
They haven't shown Nebula yet, I don't think. And Drax, I think, is with Tony and Star-Lord.
What if they just do a split screen the whole entire time?
There's a movie that I learned about this week that it's just split screen the entire movie. It's like 4.5 hours long. It might be Andy Warhol, and he just did obnoxious shit. But
How do you rock 4.5 hour split screen? Like this movie is supposed to be 8 hours.
They released like a 24-hour movie of just a shot of the Empire State Building. The dude's just an ass.
Who recorded someone sleeping?
Probably Andy Warhol.
I had one professor raved about that.
What a loser.
What? I think it was my Brit Lit teacher. She loved it.
Was it like a study on sleep or something?
24 hours of... No, not 24 hours.
That's
8 hours of someone sleeping. And she's like, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever witnessed.
Oh my God. What a loser.
Oh my goodness.
There's a video of someone sleeping.
I'm probably going to watch that tonight. A little inspiration action.
A little motivation before I go to bed.
How to sleep.
Psych me up.
Look how good that is. Sleep looks.
I've been struggling to sleep lately, so I might need that. Is how to.
You should avoid blue lights.
I have that turned off on my phone.
Good. You're learning.
I know. Did you have a thing of news?
Nothing picks up the mic more like me talking to my beer for my mouth.
Alright, we should apologize for Mike just breathing into the mic for the last 10 minutes of last week's podcast.
Yeah, last week's pod was rough. It was rough for the kid. Movie Pass slashes prices again. $6.95 a month. At this point, it's sheer laziness that I don't have this.
I know, same.
I'm actually losing money.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the theater, I am losing money.
I'm going for number 2.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it too.
I'll probably get it after graduation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to parlay this into a graduation gift for my parents. Oh, never mind. I already got my graduation gift for my parents. Me and my siblings. Siblings. Movie Pass for a year. That'd be like your account. 7 times 12.
7 times 12?
That's not 56.
That's not.
That's 8. That's 8. It's late.
But don't go to Mike if you want a little extra dose of OxyContin when he's a pharmacist. Dude thinks 7 times 12 is 56.
It's a bad look.
It was rush.
Can I have a second beer or what?
Yeah.
No, you guys get one.
Oh. Then how do you guys split the last one? I mean, I gotta go to bed. I gotta drink away my work in the morning.
Wow. Kim just fell asleep 20 minutes ago and I was doing a second beer.
I do a cake stand afterwards.
Yeah. Alright. Well, we should get to the beer review then.
Michaels, are you okay? It's just beer.
What kind of beer?
I'd like a keg of beer, please.
Hey, Johnny, how about a beer, huh?
Better when I'm drunk.
This is damn good.
Early front runner for my
favorite of the year.
Oh, also early front runner for worst joke told in a theater. I think this might be it too. This is all foam. This is 100% foam.
I mean, mine's foamy too, but you're making it look bad.
Yours foamed on the crack of the can, man. What is wrong with you?
As the movie opened, it was like Columbus 2045, and it was like an overview of the stacks, which is basically just a bunch of
trailers stacked
to each other.
Yeah.
And we're from Columbus, and I made the comment going, "Oh look, there's my house." And then
you said that? No!
And then silently chuckled to myself for 30 seconds.
I'm very happy I missed it.
I'm also happy I missed it. I would have just got up and went to a different seat.
Both you guys did.
Mike sat in between the two of us, and we both missed it. So that was really quiet. You had no confidence in that.
It was like, oh look, there's my house.
Oh jeez.
Self-awareness high. You knew that joke was falling flat, and you just were like, not gonna rock it out.
But beer, good, very good. Early frontrunner for best beer this podcast.
I mean, this
can so far too.
If Natty were this, I would drink 10 Natties a day.
Well, thanks, asshole. What does that even mean?
This is it. To me, it's similar in that you could just keep pounding it.
Yeah, we should have bogs with this. I probably would drink 45.
Yeah, I mean, imagine.
It's only 50.
What is Natty? 4.2.
4.2.
This is 5.2.
It's about the Budweiser.
Natty Ice is 5.9, so it's kind of like a happy medium.
Yeah, dude.
The only beer Rossi drinks is apparently Natty.
Listen, freshman year.
That was a tough go of it.
Yeah, all exclusively Natty Ice.
I mean, the only problem is like.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, Keegan and I.
Yeah, only do Natty Ice. Like now you drink it, it's like this is the worst hangover I've ever had. My head is about to explode. But back then it became water. How often we drank it?
Wow.
Really bad.
I really liked your guys' freshman dorm. It was cool. It was rugged.
It was sizable.
Yeah, so Keegan and I were freshman roommates in a corner room. And always had the windows open.
Yeah,
winter,
the fans on.
spring,
winter.
Yeah, windows were open.
Because our radiators were pumping at 105 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
It was madness.
No wonder global warming's happening. Fucking room 3002 in Baker East is the cause.
Yeah, this beer, man. Number one, all time.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite beer of all time. It's
so good.
It's
only problem though, we're gonna find
this costs $8 per.
I have no idea how much it was. I was probably looking at that, but you won't see this like, anywhere.
No.
I went to like a special beer store, and they just happened to have it.
Wow. Well, this is, Ballast Point Double IPA is my favorite. This is giving it a run for its money.
What's Ballast Point's Double IPA called?
The Manta Ray.
I don't think I've ever had the Manta Ray.
Doug's a huge Ballast Point. He has like 6 of them lined up on.
Yeah, but he's in the Manta Ray.
So
I like their Sculpin. Their normal IPA is really.
Sculpin's good. Ballast Point's just good brewery.
It is a very good brewery. Their coffee lager is really good, and then their pineapple Sculpin is probably my favorite by them.
Yeah. For our firm happy hour last tax deadline was just sending the Sculpins the whole night. Just had to Uber home, leave my car there.
Wow.
Sculpin, real good though.
Degenerate.
Simply the best.
You got a nice foam stash going. I can't look at you.
Perfect.
All right, let's get into the movie, the long-awaited movie.
You can't handle the truth.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So, do you want to give a little story here of what it's about?
You always come to me when I'm not prepared for this, but we'll go with this. Whatever. Kid's name.
Wade Watts.
So this kid named Wade Watts.
I'll do good stuff.
This kid named...
we should say... screw it. I'm not going to do it. You always suck at this. You're going to mess it up.
I'm going to do a terrible job. After 2 minutes, Ross is coming in to shut the door.
So me and Jacob have both read the book, and we don't want this to become in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but I'm curious how different it is.
Well, yeah, we'll do a little
reference it here and there, but
we should just say this movie is not the book at all.
Not at all.
Aside from names and general concept, nothing follows the book.
Yeah. I've been on Cody's ass to read the book because, Owen wants to read the book, and he's waiting for Cody to finish it. And I think maybe Don even said he wanted to read the book, and he's been waiting for Cody to finish it. None of my roommates need to read the book now because this movie, it's nothing like the book.
And Ernest Cline, who wrote the book and co-wrote the screenplay, I mean, what did he do? Did he just say, you do whatever you want, Spielberg?
Yeah, it had to.
It's not a good adaptation.
Apparently, it was a positive experience, though, because him and Spielberg are working on Ready Player 2.
I don't even know where you'd go.
Is that real?
Yeah. If you listened to our podcast 3 weeks ago, I brought that news.
Oh, I listen, but sometimes I'm just cranking out tax returns, baby. I'm not really mentally listening.
And after the third contradiction by Mike, I am checked out every time you say something.
When Mike gives a movie a 6 rating and the next week says it's one of his favorites of the year, I'm like, what the hell's going on in this podcast?
That has never happened.
Yeah, so bad adaptation, but it's a thrill ride. It's a lot of fun.
It was very enjoyable. I haven't had this one in theater since Baby Driver.
Wow. That's a ridiculous claim that you'll contradict probably next week.
And I will text
Force Awakens was a
it.
blast, actually. Force Awakens. Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's impossible for me to separate the movie from the movie compared to the book, but I'm going to try. The movie itself, it's like really engaging and fun because, like Spielberg said in the before the show, Spielberg's talking and it's like it's the future mixed with the past, which is super cool because it's like 30 years behind us mixed with, I guess, 30 years ahead of us, but it's really like hundreds of years ahead of us.
Yeah.
But the book is just so much better, and
it's not even close.
I'll get into like a couple things that I hated, but anyway, my takeaway is Spielberg's dead. He will continue to get directing jobs, but after this, I'm like, I don't like Spielberg.
Nothing has ever been more custom made for a director, I don't think, than Spielberg to basically redirect and just talk about his old shit. And yeah, I mean,
oh man, I thought this was outstanding.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think after my takes, you may disagree a little.
Okay, so I'm still Spielberg hasn't made a good movie since 1999 or whatever it is. I think the streak.
Buck stops here.
I don't think it stops here. It's not a great. It's a good movie. I had a ton of fun with it. It's not a great movie. It's not Spielberg level quality. And the fact that you didn't say his streak ended with The Post and it was like your number 5 movie.
No, it did. It did. I retroactively said it ended with The Post.
Dumb. But yeah,
that might have been your contradiction.
That was my worst contradiction of all time. That made literally zero sense.
When I think Steven Spielberg, I think Jaws, I think Raiders, E.T. Like, I don't think we'll ever get back to that.
Well, if you look at most artists, they peak at their mid-30s, and then they can never reach back to that
Maybe I'm
that
putting
point
him
again.
too high of a pedestal for him to reach
Man,
former glories.
I thought this was really good, though.
On its face, no, I didn't like it. When we get into spoilers, I'll go into it, but I was like a little bit upset walking out of there. Now, I was giddy as a schoolgirl walking in. Like, I was doing this with my hands, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so excited. The Iron Giant.
Yeah. Ready Player One. More like Ready Player One, too many references.
Take a laugh.
That's going to my type 5 my stand-up career.
He wrote that joke 2 weeks ago. And
I said that earlier.
He said it before we went to the movie.
No, but so the references turn off, like it. I mean...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
A big issue I have with the book, which the movie suffers from way less, is just rattling off references for no reason. But, like, in that last fight, just take a frame, it's like... Oh, there's a Battletoads, there's Master Chief, there's the chick from Overwatch. Like, there's so many people packed into each frame. It's really cool, and it doesn't really take away from the movie where I thought it may have.
No, because if you don't get a reference, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in another frame. They don't
is
dwell
when
on
they,
it.
Put a magnifying glass on it. Oh, that's the bike from Akira. It's like, shut the fuck up. Just let it be,
How about The Shining?
I thought the scene was sick.
I also thought that was cool.
We'll get more down the spoilers.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Yeah,
that was cool.
My fangirl came out during that scene. I was like squealing, I was so excited for all that.
The ones they really hit on, there was a ton of Halo in there, like really subtly.
The Halo Clan.
The guns throughout most of us Halo,
guns,
right?
Halo, Co-Master Chiefs,
I love when they go, you can climb Mount Everest with Batman.
Yeah, that's amazing. That was awesome. Yeah, so the stuff that they really pointed out, I think it was egregious, but I knew the stuff, so I didn't feel like it was too bad. But I feel like you're on the outside, you're like, all right. Like, if this was the first movie you ever saw, this would suck. Because there's so much there, you're like, what the hell is any of this stuff?
No, there's so many tropes here, but you wouldn't know the tropes, so you'd be like, oh man, he's a genius.
Who's a Spielberg guy? This guy's incredible.
Feed me more.
Oh my god.
How about Spielberg not referencing any of his movies, though? They have to get referenced in the book, but he doesn't touch any of his movies in this.
Oh, he talks shit on Crystal Skull in the book.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He doesn't touch... Does he touch any of his movies in this? In the book?
I want to say there might be an E.T. reference in the book somewhere.
Yeah, no, he references Spielberg, but
Yeah.
there wasn't a single thing.
Wasn't a single thing. I thought that was interesting.
I mean, there was the T-Rex. It's kind of generic, though.
Generic. But yeah.
Yeah. So, before we get into spoilers, scores.
Well, I made up my mind. 8.5. I really enjoyed this movie. Yeah. It was very enjoyable. You guys probably should have read the book then, because I think
Keegan's probably between us two.
It's different because this isn't like this grand, big, I don't know, tale.
Yeah.
It's not like this revolutionary thing. There's so many... It's such a cookie-cutter plot.
Yeah.
But everything around it was so magical. I love this world, and I really enjoyed this movie.
So my complaints are, one, it's long as shit.
Yeah, but I didn't care. I was kind of upset when it ended.
I don't know, maybe, like, because the guy next to me was checking his phone every, 15 minutes, okay, this is actually long. But maybe if he wasn't there, it would have felt breezier. But this is way too Hollywood, where, everyone's way too attractive.
Everyone's
for the story to make
very
sense.
attractive.
And H is a bad actress.
Yeah.
Her line deliveries are atrocious.
She's actually legitimately a bad actress.
Really, really bad.
Yeah.
And that was glaring as shit. A lot of good British people doing American accents with Ben Mendes, he's Australian, but Simon Pegg, Rylance, and then the chick who was in a Black Mirror episode. They're all really good. Yeah, I'd give this a movie 7 out of 10.
I
would joyride for sure.
It's a super enjoyable watch, and the fact that the action keeps coming at you and it doesn't really stop, and it's a cool tale that the storyline is kind of the dude against a big corporation, but it's still super enjoyable and very engaging and original in that sense, where with all the technology and the references. But it's getting a cool 4.5. I mean,
holy shit!
Listen, this is the lowest grade I've ever had, right?
Listen,
wait, what'd you give for a project?
4.
3.9 amended grade, and I am such an ask Keegan. I am the easiest grader. I like any
last
movie.
episode I called you Peanut Brain.
Yeah,
because you just love pretty much. Everything.
I love every movie, but this movie, I don't want to get into it till spoilers, so let me know.
I had a feeling you were going to go one of two ways, where you're either going to love it or you're going to just compare it too much to the book, where it's going to piss you off.
No, so that's what I thought was going to happen. But after seeing the trailers, I was like, you have to go into this with an open mind, because it's not going to be the book.
At a first glance, this is not the book I read, at all.
No.
It's gloomy. It's very, muted colors. It's what is this? This is not what I read at all.
No, I totally agree with you. And in the trailer, there's a race scene. There's no race scene in the book, so I was like, okay, this is not the book. You have to go into it with an open mind. And then I watched the movie, and I was like, this movie could have been so much more. And I don't want to spoil it yet, but when I can, I think Mike, you're going to agree with me more.
We'll see.
It was very enjoyable.
Alright, we'll get into spoilers.
So who'd you recommend it to?
About everyone.
About anyone. But I feel like if you don't know 80s pop culture, 90s pop culture, which...
I think he throws enough new shit in there, because, it's Spielberg. No one else could direct this movie, because only Spielberg could get the rights to all these characters, and no one else could do that. But yeah, there's enough stuff. Overwatch came out in 2016, and there's Tracer's in there a couple times. There's enough new stuff where it works.
There's a lot of deep cut references, but if you don't get it, who really cares?
It doesn't really make a difference to your movie experience.
Yeah, I don't think any plot point hinges on you knowing anything.
No, but there's a lot of subtle jokes that you'd get.
Yeah.
The Zemeckis cube, I fucking love.
You're a loser.
But then I'm that's kind of because of Robert Zemeckis. And then when he threw it, it was 60 seconds off.
Yeah.
So we'll get that spoilers.
I didn't get that.
Fucking love that.
And also...
That was cool. Come on, that was cool.
I would say... Watch The Shining first.
Yeah. You have to watch The Shining first.
Yeah. Which is a weird thing to say before...
Shining in the book like that?
No.
Shining is not referenced in the book.
Hell yeah, Spielberg.
In the book, a lot of the getting the keys is reenacting scenes from movies, which is you can't put that in a movie. They're just recreating scenes.
I think it's only one of the keys. I think you have to do Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I think you had to do Last Starfighter too, or something like that. I thought there was 2 of them, but yeah, you can't do that in this movie. But yeah,
Bueller would have been cool. What are they doing?
I thought they were going to. Yeah, you need to do an entire scene, word for word, movement for movement.
Yeah, you have to rock an entire scene, and you have
what scene is it?
Maybe the opening scene. I think you might have to do the whole movie in the book.
Oh shit! I think
but they only write about the first scene, and then he's like, and my confidence was up, and I've seen the movie 1,000 times, and I just rocked it out. And that's how he gets the key.
Yeah.
Also, in the book, there is a difference between getting the key and opening the gates. Yeah. It's 2 different tasks altogether. But anyway, I'll try my best to not reference the book too much.
No, I'm interested. We'll get into spoilers.
So we'll get into spoilers. If you haven't seen it, turn it off. Come back later. Alright, so one of the main things that upset me is, in the book, Wade Watts only has a school-issued Oasis machine. All he can do is go to school. And this is like right away he's already on his first task trying to get the key. I'm like, this is a little too quick for me. Yeah. Him just be right into it.
They started probably a third or more through the book spoilers, I don't know, because...
We're in spoilers.
Okay, so...
For the book as well, I guess.
Yeah,
you can
if you didn't read the
whatever
book,
the hell you want right now.
Okay, great. So, in the book, IROC, who's like the bounty hunter in the movie, is like actually just a friend of H and Wade to start.
An acquaintance.
Yeah, an acquaintance.
They hang out.
They hang out
hate him,
in
like
H's basement, and they're like, oh, he's a gunter like us. Well, then, Wade Watts only has access to the school planet because he's so poor. But the first task is on the school planet, and once you get it, like, he becomes rich.
Yeah, because the challenge is open to everyone. That's why you put it on the school planet.
Yeah, because everyone can get to.
So what is the first challenge? Ferris Bueller?
No, Joust.
No, I thought it was playing a game.
Joust.
Oh, it's called Joust.
You have to beat, like, this old king from a different movie in Joust. And remember, he goes, Artemis, play from the left side or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's also how he meets Artemis.
Okay. Yeah, Artemis is someone you don't meet until the absolute end of the book. Like, in person, you don't meet her. And this, halfway through, you meet her. She's not very attractive. She's hot, super hot.
Yeah, they gave her, like, a scab on her face, but she's a babe.
A birthmark that is barely shown in most shots.
Yeah, and it's kind of a turn on. And then...
Jeez.
I mean, it wasn't a turn off. And then,
she's still super attractive. Yeah. And then H is, like, a fat black chick.
Yeah.
And she's just, like,
and also one of the Japanese guys dies in the book, and that's okay.
He gets an apartment in downtown Columbus. Like he breaks into Iowa
instead of like her getting captured. Okay, anyway,
I'm hearing a lot of I like this movie because of the book.
No,
and it's so much better done in.
No, but here,
it's better done.
But there's a movie in this that we can reference here, The Shining, and the book. Me and my buddy Zim, huge Stephen King fan. Me and him have this argument every single time where he's like, I don't like the movie Shining because of this, and that. And he always brings up points because of the book. So I want you guys to not say, I don't like this movie because of the book. You have to take two different art forms, and it's funny because in the they reference in The Shining, the creator hated the work or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Creator hates his creation.
Creator hates his creation. I wonder if Spielberg put that in for a reason. I wonder if you realize this is so polar opposite of what the book actually is. I'm going to put this here because all those little fanboys of the book are going to come back and reference, no, they didn't meet this way.
Listen,
two different art forms. I know it's hard if you love the book. I know it's hard because you're totally changing the characters, but
I love the book. Don't get me wrong. It's probably top 5 books I've ever read, and it was like a page turner, and I loved it, and it got me through all my traveling in early January. So I was so happy to have such a good book. But taking the book aside, like, this could have been an awesome movie. The most dramatic part, where everyone's watching the screens, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, was him putting a key into a freaking lock. Okay? That is crap. Also, there was so much more build-up that could have happened with his relationship to Artemis, where when he said, I love you, and she, like, kicked him away, it didn't even feel like there was any relationship breaking off, because they hung out, like, twice.
Yeah.
And they talked, like, 3 times. And then, this is where I will reference the book. The book ends with him saying, like, he finally meets Artemis in person, and he's like, and for the first time, for as long as I can remember, I didn't want to be in the Oasis.
Yeah.
In the movie, the last line is, because that's the thing about reality, it's real. Yeah. Are you freaking kidding me, Spielberg? Like, that is a terrible, terrible line. They could have built up the, like...
I mean, that's a little bit more of a screenplay writer than Spielberg.
Okay, fine. It's a terrible line. They ended it with that, and I was like, I'm not sure if it was the last, because I think he talks tomorrow and all that afterwards. So
that might be the last line. I think that is the last line.
I don't know, but
they're the chair making out.
It is terrible.
Yeah, I think it's the last line.
But another thing is, it could have been such, like, in 2018, when everyone talks about we're addicted to technology's taking over, you could have had so much more of an overarching theme that reality versus, like, fake. And it wasn't. It was just a kid beating a corporation, and even after he wins, like, the corporation still exists.
Well, no, it doesn't, because they said they weren't, like, they shut
down
it
the loyalty things, but there's...
Yeah, they shut down the loyalty things, but IOI still exists. And why couldn't it could have been slanted in such a way where Wade Watts and Artemis have like this thing where it's like we're helping the world, which was their point of or her point of playing the game. And then it could have been them being like, reality is so much better than technology. Hey, world, here's a message. Like, get off your phone, look around, smell the roses. And it wasn't.
It's definitely there. That message is definitely there. Because they did a better job portraying it.
Yes. The book ends with that. This ends with him sharing $500 billion with 4 other friends. Like, oh, sorry, man.
Also,
no, yeah.
The 11-year-old that now is a $100 billionaire over the fucking
Yeah. They could have done a better job portraying that message. Because it was literally spoon-fed. Like, not even spoon-fed. It was so there for them to make that point.
Also,
and it's a really nice point to make,
another problem with them only meeting twice is the first time they meet, that's the reference off. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
Yeah.
And they go to Holiday's journal too often. That would seem like a crutch, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love that. Also, Simon Pegg, his character is in the book way more, and he's so much better. That's just me wanting to see more Simon Pegg. Ogden Moore.
Oh, yeah.
He plays it way more.
I thought he was going to be Halliday at the end when he goes, "You weren't an Avatar, what are you?" I thought it was going to be Ogden Morrow.
Yeah, him being the librarian guy made no sense. He's just constantly in there.
Yeah, he's just nonstop like, "Oh, what can I do for you?" Just standing in his rig.
It makes no sense.
And also Wade Watts was like, "Yeah, people don't come here anymore." So he's just standing there
for eternity.
But I will say, Halliday's character was so perfect.
Yeah, Mark Rylance is really.
I could not have been more excited about that.
Rylance and Peg's chemistry, awesome in this.
Yeah.
Them on the screen together, they're so good.
Peg is great with an American accent, too.
Yeah.
It's really good.
They're both shockingly good together. And then, Mark Rylance, this is the best performance I've ever seen him do.
Spielberg and Rylance are Spielberg and Tom Hanks light. They just turn out average movies, whereas Spielberg and Hanks just crank out classics.
So, Mike, you disagree with my take? You were still like, this movie was awesome, even though it could have been... Honestly, if you had stuck to the book script, which I'm fine, I know, don't compare it to the book, but if the book is so much better, even if you made it a film.
No, okay, well, I'm sure there'd be a lot of difficulties if you were
it would definitely be longer, but you need to
it would
build
be longer,
up,
and B, they probably did the rights to a lot of that shit.
Yeah, but, like, you could have built up his relationship.
They had rights to just about everything, as evidenced by the movie we just saw.
Yeah, they had rights to everything.
I don't think in a shot-for-shot remake of Ferris Bueller. Or shot-for-shot, like, scenes of Ferris Bueller.
Okay,
it's different. It's referencing what school they went to.
I wouldn't even want that in the movie.
I'm just saying that there's certain hurdles.
Some of the book is unfilmable. I'll give you that, but they just took it in directions that weren't satisfying.
You don't think the relationship between him and Artemis and the message of, like...
The message could have been better.
It would have been so
they
much
both happen
better.
to be super hot, too, in the same age.
Yeah.
In the book, but I mean...
But the thing is, when I see this movie,
this
is a box office movie. This is a...
they also could have built up IOI's evilness more, because they kill one of the Japanese dudes in the book, and they could have done that, and, like...
I lower my standards a little bit more when I see these kind of movies.
Why didn't Mendo shoot him?
I just want to...
It made no sense, because...
I guess maybe he understands that he's lost, because he sees that Wade has the egg. Ben Mendelsohn, the bad guy.
Sorrento?
At the end.
He doesn't.
Why didn't he
shoot him at the end?
Also, why was he walking through the crowd like this? And any single person could have went up from behind and punched him.
Yeah, people were scared by
it. It was like Jesus.
Oh my gosh!
It was that scene wasn't great.
No,
that scene wasn't great.
This is why Spielberg is dead. He had literally, I'm not kidding. He had so much potential and probably a budget that was infinity dollars because it was a #1 book. The freaking advertising was everywhere, and I was so excited.
I think it was the most paid for marketing for a movie ever.
Really?
And
yeah.
it's like this fell flat.
Well, there's fucking the cars were in front of the.
He has to earn his DeLorean in the book. He starts with the DeLorean in the freaking movie.
Dude, come on. You can't show the backstory of how he gets a DeLorean. That is so unnecessary.
The exposition was lazy as shit to start the movie.
That's what it was. The exposition, lazy. Because when he rocks the... like,
they also repeat themselves quite a bit. It's like,
when he goes that live feed as like a call to arms, it's like, oh, IOI's evil. Well, why would I... like, you have shown me nothing in this movie that makes me root for you, like, a crazy amount more than IOI, except for they blew up the stacks, which most people didn't know.
Yeah.
So why would I vote for, like, this kid becoming a billionaire over IOI, who, like, chances are they're using an IOI rig. Chances are they're using an IOI suit. It'd be like Keaton getting a cell phone and being like, screw Apple, use my phone. And be like, look, man, that's awesome. I know this works, and it's a big business for a reason.
But I feel like naturally we hate big businesses. And if you could rally against it and save the free market that is this Oasis, you would be all for it.
Well,
when you're like, oh, big business is going to get the hands on the Oasis, they're going to start charging us for everything? Well, fuck that.
Well, people didn't know that.
But I feel like naturally people think that. I feel like we've been exposed to it enough, especially in that culture, the 2045, when everything was market out of the ass.
Two things. Soundtrack's very good. It could have used a John Williams score.
Absolutely.
Spielberg screwed the pooch there by kicking his ass off.
At the beginning, when it's like Amblin Productions or Amblin Entertainment, and then Jump comes out, I'm like, this is exactly the song I wanted right now.
Jump off the Jump.
Yeah, I was such a fanboy right in that moment. I was like, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't.
Almost like the score was John Williams' outtakes from the 80s. You know?
I didn't even notice it.
It was like a little bit of like a flute at one point, something like that. Like they should have just used his scores from the 80s. Just insert them. If you put the Jurassic Park score, when I see the T-Rex, I'm crying.
I know.
I'm.
Also, during the race, dude, it's just like tire sounds.
Yeah, I know.
It felt so flat.
I did love the King Kong though, and I'm a sucker for like enormous characters. The King Kong was like when they showed the shot from above and he's like jumping. I'm like, oh my god, I would shit myself.
Yeah, fisting like.
Yeah.
Jesus, poor.
Whoa, hello.
He's like punching the ground at Wade's like driving under and he's looking down. But so how do you feel about the look of the movie when they're in the Oasis? Aside from the fact that it looks nothing what we imagined it reading it.
That's some of the best CGI I've ever seen.
I like the look as well.
I did. I thought it was awesome. And I like how it went between, like, well, I did think Anorak Halliday's character could have had a cooler voice. I think he needed, like, more authority.
I like how it was just kind of bigger Ben Mendelsohn. Yeah. I kind of like that.
I liked it.
Oh, Sorrento?
Yeah.
His Oasis character I thought was the best.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, a villain, and he's got like the huge jaw, and he just walks with like.
It was such an '80s arcade game villain.
Yeah, he looked like a mob boss and a Viking like had a spawn, and that was it.
Yeah. Just wears a suit too, like nothing fancy. Just rocks a suit. Yeah,
loved it.
I didn't like IROC at all. Maybe just because I turned on T.J. Miller, even though I did laugh at a few of his jokes, but I don't know. His voice did not match the character's look at all, and it just kind of threw me off.
The character did look badass,
sick,
though.
Yeah, but then having T.J. Miller behind was like, what is this?
Yeah,
he was fine.
It was like a cross. Between,
it was too much of a cliche character.
Yeah,
it was a cross between like a badass and like a funny guy, and it didn't really do it for me. But I don't know. Bounty hunter. He's a bounty hunter in the movie.
Right. I just wanted him to sound and be more badass than he was.
Yeah, I would have liked him sounding more badass.
T.J. Miller himself just undercuts any like darker tone he could possibly have for that character.
Give him John Wick's voice.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm bad.
That would be kind of interesting. Is there Star Wars in the book? Because there's almost no Star Wars in this movie.
There's the Millennium Falcon. Quick line throw.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there. I can't even. I read it over a year ago now.
No, there are Star Wars, and it was a big deal when they tried to get, because originally they weren't going to get the rights to the Star Wars stuff, and then Spielberg got the rights, and so it was like a news thing. It was like they're not going to let them use Star Wars, and then it was another news thing that was like they're good, they can use Star Wars.
But they only reference Millennium Falcon. Right. And there might be a lightsaber in there.
I didn't see one.
What is? Oh no, that's when he's got the big guy. I don't know all these references. When there was Mega Godzilla fighting that robot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, who's that robot? It's not Transformer.
I thought that was Voltron.
Is that Transformer?
They really talk about it in the book, and I forget.
It's a show called Voltron.
BattleBot?
I think it is. Yeah.
My gut said BattleBot.
Yeah,
right.
That's one part I love about the book. I'm sorry to keep going back to this, but like each person that gets to this point gets their own robot, and Wade picks the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Chinese dude picks I think it's a Voltron. I don't remember what Artemis picks, but yeah, like every key comes with an artifact, and we only see one artifact or two. We see the force field and then the bomb thing.
Mm-hmm. What does the big character pick for his robot?
No, Sorrento. Sorrento gets there first, and he picks like the one that like dwarfs all the other ones, which is Mega Godzilla. And then I don't know. There were a lot of things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like I thought the Cataclysm, or not the Cataclysm, the Orb of Asa, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Lord of the Rings. the spell sounded very, very Lord
People
of the Rings.
started laughing too with that spell.
Someone cheered loudly, so you think it's probably Lord of the Rings.
But you don't know that? You wouldn't know that?
It sounded like something
it sounded
Saruman would say.
Yeah, it did. But he's supposed to be Gandalf. Very Gandalf looking.
I thought it could have been like
Dumbledore.
I got more Merlin.
That works too.
They're all the same.
character. So we're all right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Can we talk about The Shining though? Can we talk about that? Because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, we really haven't even talked about the movie all that much. Like,
yeah. Have you seen The Shining?
I have not. I've only seen parts.
So what was going through your head? Because I was thinking, like, if you don't know The Shining, I don't, like...
I think there was enough... people know enough of The Shining, though, like the twins. You know,
yeah, I know. Everyone knows the twins.
Know the blood.
You know 237, right? The room.
Yeah. And I know the blood, but when the lady... Like smoking hot naked chick turns into a zombie old woman. Is that The Shining?
Yeah, that's a big thing too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that did not. I was like
elevators.
The maze. I don't think would play as well.
The picture, the maze.
The picture. Yeah, we and you both left the picture.
What was the maze?
The picture was sick.
The winter is snowing. That's like the climax.
And the axe coming down.
Yeah. Here's Johnny. Everyone knows that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's. If you see the movie, it definitely hits him way more than it would have just for a casual viewer. Can you stop doing that?
Sorry, I'm just saying. I freaking love that scene though.
No, yeah, that was really good.
Like that 10 minutes.
That was the one of us that like totally hit with me.
If I'm
that
H,
10 minutes is awesome.
H is like, is this scary? And they're like, yeah. And then the first thing you do is follow a tennis ball and where no one else is with you. I'd be grabbing two of my friends' wrists and be like, you're not leaving me. Like if I die, you're dying too.
Oh yeah, all working, no play makes Jack a dull boy with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That too. Yeah. I mean, the minute they open that door and you see the Outlook Hotel.
Yeah.
Overlook Hotel.
Overlook Hotel. Yeah.
And it's like perfect. I wonder if Spielberg just like I wanted The Shining, and I'm curious why he picked The Shining because it's not in the book, right?
No. What the third challenge is loyal to the book.
Adventure.
Like this is the first ever Easter egg that's in the book.
That was sick.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
But
that's a great way to.
And then the gate was him sharing it or him not
signing.
Yeah, was that loyal to the book?
I don't think so.
Because I know the first challenge was Joust. The second challenge was him. Remember, there was like that rundown house, and he had to like collect all the trophies and shit. Yeah. And the third challenge was adventure. So they were all video games. So there
was for a key.
It was different. Yeah, like you have to get the key, open the gate, and then to walk through the gate, you had to do something else. So it was the first one, I think. You had to get the key, go to Halliday's like childhood room, open the gate, and then there's 3 keys in the movie. There's basically 6 in the book because each key came with you had to find the key, or you had to find the challenge, beat the challenge, find the key, locate the gate, and then do whatever challenge it was to get through the gate. So it was basically 6 challenges.
And how he gets the quarter, I think, is better in the book too.
So much better.
Yeah.
He goes to like this arcade,
old arcade
that Halliday like grew up at, and there was one machine that was out of order. So he put but when you walk up to it, like it looks like it's working and there's quarters. You put a quarter in, and he had to beat all the levels of Pac-Man. And after he beats all the levels of Pac-Man, he's like, oh, it was just like a cool thing Halliday put in there. But in his inventory, he got a quarter, and he's like, like I can't remove the quarter, I can't give it to anyone. Why do I have this quarter? And then when they release the bomb, everyone dies except for him, and he's like, oh shit, the quarter saved my life.
So how it's used is the same, but how he gets it is different.
How he gets it is way different. And Ogden Morrow in the book saves them.
Yeah.
Because they weren't at risk for their lives except for when Wade Watts...
Who's Ogden Morrow?
Peg.
Yeah, he's like the guy that created the Oasis with Halliday and billionaire and stole his girl, kind of.
We're good. Peg was good.
Peg was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he flies them out, and he's like, "You guys are safe here. Go get that key." And
he houses them for a little bit.
In this, they're fighting IOI in the Oasis and in the real world, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the fact that he has to put a key into a thing, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" And IOI's hitting or ramming our truck. And he goes to the side, and then he goes to the other side. It's such bullshit.
The one I did like with that though was when he almost hits the shut off button.
Yeah, that is funny.
That part was good.
And then Halliday goes, I love how Halliday, even though he's dead, his character can react and talk. He's like, maybe don't delete the Oasis on your first day.
So what was Halliday supposed to be at the end? That was weird.
Probably just programmed a very smart AI into it or something.
Yeah, that's because I thought he was gonna be Morrow.
I don't like that.
But also, Morrow is like all powerful in the book Oasis,
and get killed. He has a big party. The dance scene that happens is his birthday party.
So that was I was kind of right there, like as right as you could be, because it's not his birthday party, but the book equivalent is his birthday party when him and Artemis are dancing, and she's like, "Oh, let's take a leap." That's Ogden Morrow's birthday party in the book, and it's super cool. Like when IOI comes in and tries to kill him, and then Ogden Morrow just kills like all of IOI in one lightning blast. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm all powerful, by the way."
I would love to see more Peg.
There's no Zemeckis
Rubik's Cube.
Well, that was awesome. So I'm glad that happened. So Robert Zemeckis is the director of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So when he throws
Spielberg,
it goes back 6 seconds, which he produced, and he's good friends with Robert Zemeckis.
Classic Spielberg.
So that was a nice little shout out to Robert Zemeckis there, which I thought was really cool.
That's good.
I don't know. I think my rating may be a bit harsh because it is a fun watch, but at the same time, it could have been so much better.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, everyone's skills are different. I would give a 4.5 a movie that I absolutely despise, and sitting in the theater made me want to like die.
Yeah.
But for you, a 4.5 is a movie that you enjoyed, but you know what? It was not the book, so you didn't like it.
Listen, this is how much. I think it's just my overall level of how upset I am right now.
You will cool off. You'll be like at a 6.
My mom and brother are coming down because I can't go to Cleveland for Easter this Sunday because work. So they're coming down and they're like, we can go to church, we can go get food, and we can see that movie. Because my brother read the book and my mom's reading it now. I may not want to go see it with him anymore. Like, I will, but I'm going to be like, listen, you're probably really jazzed after reading the book. The ending of the book is perfect. The way it's all, like, it's a long book. It's close to 400 pages.
Yeah, it's quick, though.
Yeah, it's a quick read, but it's a decent length book, and you couldn't make this movie the 5 hours that the book. I mean, getting the first key would be an hour and a half.
Yeah.
If you.
I would have done 5 hours in this world, though. I really enjoyed this. I mean, obviously, you can't do that, but I would have sat down 5 hours. I really.
I was also impressed at how packed it was and how many like nerdy ass people were in there.
It was cool because Columbus movie takes place in Columbus. They're doing a special thing where like they had 2 DeLoreans that you could drive around and they played like video games. They had a bunch of cabinets like upstairs in the theater. You could play Galaga and something else.
I know, like Keegan, I'm going up there, and he's like, Mike. He grabs like, you got to pay to go up there. Like, all right, I'm not going up there.
They had like drones or some shit. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's a cool ass movie theater.
Yeah, it is.
Like I grew up a block and a half away from Cedar Lee, and
Cedar Lee's goat.
He loves Cedar Lee.
Dude. Gateway Film Center is they just do cooler stuff.
Yeah. They do, but Cedar Lee's just so classic. There's something so charming about that little theater, man.
Why? Just because it plays independent films and it's an old rundown movie theater?
Exactly.
Like Gateway
everything about that. It's got so much character, Gateway. Cedar Lee. That's my favorite movie theater, and that'll never change. I love how the theaters don't make any sense. Some are like hallways, some are like just ginormous.
Yeah,
it's some screens are a little skewed, so you don't have the perfect angle. It's awesome.
I love having a bad view for a movie I want to see.
Love it.
That's
Plus,
the best.
I've seen all the goats there.
Mike wants to watch a movie, the screen diagonally running away from him just to see what it would be
about
like.
it, man. There's something charming about Cedar Lee.
Yeah, no, the movie was fun. I felt it could have been more. That's all.
Yeah, I think fun for me gets to 7, and it not fully realizing a book where you have the blueprint to make something great is where 3 points get knocked off.
Yeah, if Hercules is
and also
10,
H is dog shit acting.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
I didn't notice that.
That's wild.
When she's like,
her line delivery is like,
oh, what was the line?
There's one thing she says before it cuts. It's like, what the fuck was that?
She rocks a line when it's
maybe
like,
if I rewatched it, I would notice it. I didn't notice.
Give it a second watch. At one point, she's like, "Oh, nothing. We're just about to get killed," or something like that. You're like, "Dear God, anyone could have done that."
I was so mesmerized by everything. It was sick.
A little giddy schoolboy.
A little giddy school, especially when they walked in the Shining theater. That was
that was awesome.
I mean, I had never seen The Shining, but I recognized the twins, the room. I seen the blood in the elevator.
It was they just said iconic scene.
Exactly. Iconic scene. But I was also jazzed, especially when they walked into the hotel for the first time. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I guess the one way you could have done Bueller was just like hit the hits, not like actually go through an entire scene that you.
I was gonna say you could have had him being Bueller when he's dancing on the float.
Yeah.
You could have had him.
I think he wanted the Shining book reference. I really think Spielberg won for that.
Yeah.
He's a craftsman.
Do you want to know I think when Spielberg and Ernest Cline Ernest Cline's the author of the book, when they got together, I think Spielberg just like threw his weight around.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I do not think
this guy's an 80s fuckboy, and he's talking to Spielberg.
If I'm Ernest Cline, I watch this movie, I'm like, this is such a sad representation of my book. The message is different. God. The message changed. The exposition.
He's like, okay, first off, Spielberg's in my phone. I did a movie with him, and now he's giving me ideas for the second book.
Gonna watch it.
He's creaming his jeans the entire time.
He wrote this book praying that he would beat Spielberg.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes. No, I guarantee it. It never even crossed his mind that Spielberg would adapt it. Maybe in his wildest dreams. This is a dream come true. Sure, it's not his vision. He doesn't give a shit.
Ernest Cline in real life, in my head, and if he's different, and you guys see him on interview, don't tell me.
He's been in Columbus the last couple days.
Sucks. I want to meet him.
He is Halliday. The nerdiest, like, borderline Halliday's fully antisocial, but, like, how do you shoehorn that many references into this? You had to have been such a video game, like, nerd to the extreme where you didn't do anything else.
It's one of my issues with the book, though, how try-hard it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hit everything. It's like, all right, come on.
You should have him on a trivia team. If they could be
he'd be a fucking beast, yeah.
Yeah, no. Cline would dominate trivia. He know everything about everything.
Yeah. All right. Very different views here.
If Hercules is a 10, I'm giving this probably a 5. 5.5.
You just got rich yourself.
I'll move up from the 4 because it is an enjoyable movie to watch.
So when I create the graphic, 5.5?
No. Give it a
thumbs down.
Give it a thumbs down. Give it a 4.9. I want it below the Mason-Dixon line.
4.9, thumb down.
Below the Mason-Dixon line.
You guys watch anything else this week?
No.
Really? Nothing?
I don't think I did. I've been quite busy.
Been busy, so this is more than this week. But I finished I like starting movies and then finishing them. Like, I'll watch like 40 minutes, go to bed, and then next night or 2 nights later finish it. So I finished Boss Baby 2 nights ago. I watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall with the roommates.
Yeah,
that was on TV.
Yeah.
You guys both like it?
I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I think it's hilarious.
I fucking hate that movie.
Really?
Why?
I think it's a terrible movie.
What part?
It does nothing for me. I don't think it's very funny.
I was always against that movie before I even saw it. But then I saw it, I'm like, no, this is like Seagal's like masterpiece.
This is so funny.
Seagal has about his dick in order for you to laugh.
That's so not true. That's one of the best penises in movie history.
The puppet.
Did you actually see it?
In the theatrical release, you actually see his penis.
Yeah, wow. You do not on TV.
No,
let me tell you.
No, yeah, I saw it on when it was on Netflix, I think. You see the puppets is a very smart idea. I don't think it's executed that well.
No, it's because he loves the Muppets. He wrote and directed the Muppets movie.
I know that, but
it's incredible.
And I like
Seagal. He also worked that. That's just how much he loves it, though.
The thing is, I like Seagal, but I just don't like that movie.
Also, when he plays the piano,
Chris and Homie and Kunis are very attractive, but at the end of the day, I think that's just it. Oh look, they're attractive.
Those two aren't great, I don't think. But Paul Rudd's hilarious.
Paul Rudd is great.
I don't like
Jonah Hill.
Russell Brand, but I like him in that movie.
He is funny in that movie, playing that role as like the really super famous guy. And at dinner, he's like going on rants, and they're drinking wine and making fun of him.
Yeah, that movie's really good, dude.
I think it's a little.
I'm an island by myself. I get that. Everyone gets really pissed off, but
you gotta know what it is.
That's one of those comedies I don't like.
It's just like a quick hitting comedy that. Each joke is just a very isolated, like, chuckle, laugh kind of thing.
I agree, but in comedies, you're supposed to laugh, and I don't laugh.
That's fine.
I kind of get pissed off.
That would be problematic for me watching a comedy.
I also watch Spinal Tap first, and then I watch that.
I've never seen Spinal Tap.
Have you seen Spinal Tap?
I have not, but those are very different movies.
Yeah, but Spinal Tap, you're like, this movie's fucking awesome.
That's an all-time comedy. I'm not going to say Sarah Marshall is like an all-time.
No, but exactly. It hindered the experience.
It was during a stretch where Apatow could basically do no wrong. It's one of Apatow's best movies.
True.
No.
That movie's really good.
Heavyweights is the best movie.
Heavyweight's legit. I also watched, getting back to it, I watched Captain Underpants. Let me tell you, if you want to watch a first 40 minutes of a movie that is unrivaled, I have showed it to 3 different people, and I'm like, just give it 10 minutes. Like, if you don't like the first 10 minutes, don't watch it. It falls off the table. but it is hysterical. Like, laugh out loud funny
Those
for
are
45.
books me and Mike both
50.
really enjoyed
Yeah,
in grade school.
I was I'm sure I'd enjoy that, and I was pumped when I heard they were making it. It's not.
That's where that came and went.
It's nothing I'm against seeing. I want to see that because I love those books growing
It's on
up.
Netflix.
Okay.
You should watch. It's like the main characters are 4th graders, and they like act like 4th graders, which is hilarious because I have the mind of a child.
Because you can relate.
They're not real though, right? It's all animated.
No, all animated. I also watched Hercules this week, so.
Shocked. The movie you watch once a week, you watch this week. I'm shocked.
It's the best movie.
Favorite song in Hercules.
It's the best movie ever made. I Can't Say I'm in Love.
Yeah, it's mine too.
Meg singing alone in the garden right before Hades
You
arrives.
are a Meg defender as the best Disney character, or hottest Disney.
Hottest, best. All right, listen. Am I giving this argument? First of all,
Those hips don't lie.
Oh my gosh, those hips and that rack that put me through puberty. That's no.
Was that your sexual awakening? Because Keegan's was Loyal
Bunny.
Loyal Bunny.
Listen, man. Everyone turns to animated films for their sexual awakening. It is what it is.
It's got to find mine.
You'll get that.
Still looking for
Ready Player One Artemis, I think, is Mike's with this high ranking. Meg sells her soul to the devil, essentially, twice for love. I mean, come on. Talk about loyalty. Family ties. Dude's just a great guy. Like, there's no flaws in the main character, other than maybe he's too nice of a guy. Like, it's the perfect movie.
I should probably look this up before I send this one as mine. Holy shit. Rapunzel is my hottest.
Tangled?
Disney from Tangled. Mm-hmm. So attractive.
And like low-key attractive, too. Like, not Lola Bunny, Jessica Rabbit. They just drew a porn star.
She's just setting it out there.
Yeah, she is the hottest. I mean, she just
but
is,
like Rapunzel always like dresses very reserved, like quiet, cute, sweet.
I'm a little reserved though because I don't know how old she is.
What about the chick from Brave?
That is a sticking Meredith. What are you kidding my ass?
No, he's a sucker for the accent.
A sucker for the accent and big bushy red hair.
Enormous red hair that goes like.
I think if we had one in person, you'd go for the redhead.
I know.
No,
Rapunzel's the best. Rapunzel's the best. And played by Mandy Moore. So that sells it as well.
Wow, not bad.
Yeah. Have you ever seen? We'll get to that later. Walk to Remember.
No.
We'll get to that 2001.
Wow, high school girlfriend made me read that. How about that?
Damn.
Is that Mandy Moore?
That is Mandy Moore.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
that was tough.
I had to watch that in high school.
Jeez.
For religion class.
It's some emotional thrill ride.
Jeez.
And then
we had to watch. You guys referenced.
I'll get to the story when we do the years, but
Dead Man Walking. We had to watch because I think a nun wrote that.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think it was like a best-selling novel.
It's a really good movie.
If I'm not mistaken, like the book was huge, and I'm pretty sure written by a nun, and then the movie was sweet also. Yeah.
Talked about that last week.
What have you seen?
I watched Ace Ventura 2 this week. Holds up, baby.
Which one is that?
When Nature Calls.
Oh,
so good.
Huge argument on Twitter between you and Matt.
I'm getting smoked in the poll.
Hope you know I threw back on you. And
what was the poll?
And I
Which one's better, Pet Detective or
Pet
Nature
Detective.
Calls? I think I'm losing by like 80%.
I think Pet Detective has more like memorable things, but I love When Nature Calls. When he crawls out of the rhino's ass, I think I'd piss my pants laughing the first time I saw that.
It's so cool. I mean, me and Charlie used to just quote that at each other all the time. That movie's incredible. And I also watched Men in Black.
Oh,
it's on
I really want to watch that.
MIB. Have you seen it before?
Yeah, but 97's coming up. I wanted to refresh myself.
Keegan drops it. It's on Netflix. Mike comes back with it might be. No, that was established, Mike.
No, mine might be, but whatever. Yeah, sure. I don't know why I said that. Honestly,
there is no grosser character in film than Vincent D'Onofrio in that movie. Have either of you seen it?
Tommy Lee Jones. I have seen it
in 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a movie I saw on cable when I was like in 2008.
I think it's like $1.30. It's
I was like, holy shit, this is really good. I really like that movie.
It's really good. CGI isn't great in it, but yeah, overall.
Liam's pissed off right now.
Liam's livid.
He's walking in class right now and pissed off.
Will Smith too.
And Fresh Prince. But again, Will Smith,
terrible take.
Great in
he's great.
Yeah, Will Smith's a dog.
And him and Tommy Lee Jones do a very good job.
Tommy Jones plays a great angry old man.
Isn't that like that's angry old man and young hip guy? Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Rip Torn's good too. Yeah, that's a really really fun movie for sure.
From my standpoint, it's pretty. It's a sci-fi movie, but it's pretty much the way they handle it as well. They handle it well.
Yeah.
The way they erase memories and like that,
Yeah.
it keeps it clean.
Yeah.
It makes it believable.
Also,
As far as fighting aliens could be,
and like
it keeps it. And they do a good job of saying like,
you know, like the tabloids were like, an alien ate my husband. Like that's how they get their hints. Like the National Reporter, or whatever that National Enquirer. Like that's like a legit news source for them. Yeah. It's really good.
Cool also, movie. That's not Disney? Is it Universal? Well, it's not Disney, right?
It's not Disney.
Then it is Universal because it's the best ride at the Universal theme parks. It's a shooting game, and so it's like a competition. You and like there's rows of 3. It's the most fun ride. Like it's not a roller coaster, so if you want roller coasters, but you're shooting aliens. Yeah, it's so fun.
So that could be cool. Yeah.
That's what I've seen.
We're doing 97 not this week.
Week after 97, 98.
Yeah.
You watch anything, Mike? No, you said you were busy.
I haven't seen anything. 97, 98. What do I have to see? Probably gotta see some
I finally bought Blade Runner 2049 on Blu-ray. It comes tomorrow.
Wow, good for you.
Probably give that a crack. And I also bought Last Jedi Blu-ray, but they're out of stock at Amazon, so I don't know when I'm going to get it. But I'm pumped to watch the behind-the-scenes stuff for both.
Blade Runner, getting extended edition.
It's not a real thing. He's not going to release it.
Villeneuve, stop being so proud.
The goat. Yeah. All right. Anything else, guys?
Oh, Boss Baby. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. So again, I come from the perspective of like a 5-year-old. No, a little bit more sophisticated than that.
Get some context. Yeah, Jacob legit watches Hercules every single week.
Every week. Well, okay.
Has it on every single
I'm like putting my laundry away. And it's like, oh, I know all the lines of Hercules, so I put it on the TV, and when there's like a scene I love, I'll just turn it on.
And that soundtrack slaps.
Yeah. So I just have it on the TV in my room at least once a week. Boss Baby, I was so excited to see it, and it's a hilarious like concept for a movie where this baby comes to this family, and he's like an executive at a corporation basically called Baby Corp, and the problem is it gets a little too like first grade, where at some points everything changes because it's their imagination, and like they're not fighting someone, they're all of a sudden on a pirate ship, and then they beat the bad guy because he's like Blackbeard. Don't love that. It's a little bit too.
That's DreamWorks. Can only cater to the young crowd.
It's a little too like I'm still 22. Yeah, I like movies like 3 to 4 years. Years 3 to 4 on Netflix is my kill zone. 98% match at least every time. But this is more like 1 to 2, and I didn't love that. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean even superhero
award nominee, Boss Baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. For what?
Best animated feature. How was the animation? Because I saw like an Honest trailer on it or something like that, and it didn't look great.
It wasn't great. I mean,
yeah, it looked like shockingly bad.
Yeah. Also, Baldwin's voice is kind of perfect for it.
I love Baldwin.
But like the baby is a dick, and his older brother is just a bitch. So you're not really rooting for either one. You're like, well, screw you guys. Like this. I mean, I guess the bad guy's a bad guy, but they're both not characters you can really root for.
You know what always upset me? Pixar said we wrote down these 3 things that we weren't going to do. Bad guys. A movie about bad guys, a movie about love, a movie about whatever. Their second movie they did was Bug's Life. You're trying to tell me Hopper's not a bad guy? No, he's a terrible guy. I'm sorry, that's just a rant at the end. That's just a rant. It's a rant that's upset me for a long time.
Also, never seen Bug's Life.
Really?
Yeah, I think my family's more of an Ants family.
Oh, you were
Woody Allen.
I've seen Ants like 20 times.
Sly.
I love Woody Allen. Bug's Life way better.
Never seen Ants?
You saw Ants. I saw it in grade school with you. You were in the room with me.
I've never seen Ants.
You had to be in the room with me.
We are a Bug's Life. Who's the teacher?
Lee Part, 7th grade. You were my class, buddy.
7th grade.
We never watched Ants.
Yes, we did.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
If we put Ants in 5 minutes, you'd be like, I've seen this movie.
I've never seen the movie.
Well, Woody Allen does the voice, and I went back and like, Woody Allen does a voice. It's so distracting because Woody Allen's voice is very. Wouldn't you say that Ants has a very like?
Who is he in the movie? I don't. You guys know all like
he's
actors.
The lead ant. He's the lead ant.
Sid?
Sure.
Does he have like a high voice?
Yeah.
He sounds very Jewish.
He's very Jewish voice.
Yep. Main guy. Definitely main guy. I thought it was gonna be like a macho guy. No. And I was like, well, there's a worker.
Sly's in there, right?
Yeah. Sly's the like the badass ant.
Yeah.
And then there's the queen. It's a real comeback story. It'd be like a 5 nothing dweeb getting the king's daughter. I mean, you're really rooting for the guy. Kidnapping her and then
all I can think about in
getting her.
Ants is
it's a little more
is
adult.
the shoe coming down. Like, don't those get stepped on or something?
Well, yeah, they like the bees get caught in the gum on the shoe.
Yeah, that's all I know, but that could have been in the trailer.
I
don't think I've seen the movie.
What is it
You
called?
can see this movie. It's okay.
so funny. They go to.
I think Ants is 97,
like-
right? 98? 98. So we'll rehash this then.
Something
I'll have to watch it
Topia.
before then.
They go to like something Topia, and it's like all this food, but the burger on the picnic is like in a plastic bag. So he's like, "I told you I'd bring you here," and they try to bite it, and it's like you can't bite it because it's plastic. It's so funny, man. Ants smacks. You guys should really go.
I'm sure Ants is actually the better movie, but being a Disney Pixar bias out of my a-hole and growing up with Bug's Life, I can't get past
Bug's
Ants.
Life ride in like Disney stings you in the back. They literally like stab you in the back.
It's
It's the worst.
too.
No,
It's up the ass.
no, it's not. It is. No, the ass thing is when.
ready for the ride.
No, I threw my pants off.
No, the ass thing is when he's like, they're like, don't leave yet, and then he's like, oh, all the animals or all like the bugs can leave, and then they like vibrate the bench, and you're like, what the hell? Because you think termites are crawling underneath you, which is just not the case.
All I know is Hopper comes out, played by Kevin Spacey, and then I get something shot out my butt. That's all I'm saying.
Wow!
Try to end the podcast here.
Holy shit!
Happy Easter.
Oh my goodness!
The crowd goes wild.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. Follow us on Twitter at movie_rebrew, me at Cash Money Keegan, Mike at _Oglebay. Jacob, you don't even use social media anymore.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. Follow on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Rate and review. We appreciate it. Happy Easter, everyone. We'll see you next week for
Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs.
Izzle Dogs.
And A Quiet Place. Maybe. We'll see.
Isle of Dogs looks awesome.
I know, it does. I'm very excited. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Happy Easter.
Oh my. You know what? Good night.
Peace!
Sometime you exploded, drop a few lines. When I catch you through the static, Irish goodbye, what a classic. Millennial girl in love once a year. When it comes, she disappears. Maybe she'll stay.